Brett Allen here. Thanks everybody for watching and listening. We're talking Your Honor Season 2, which premiered yesterday on Showtime and streaming concurrently the next day. Season 2, we're chatting with Andrene Ward Hammond. We had her on a couple years ago, just right before the pandemic. She was working on something else, and we were alluding to this amazing show, which she had been working on with Bryan Cranston. We had no idea what it was or how amazing it was going to be. And then we got season 1, and now we've had a bit of a break with all the madness, and we're back. Thank you for your time. It's great to see you and catch up with you again.
Ditto. Thanks for having me, Brad. I appreciate it.
Yes, well, a lot has happened since we spoke the last time. I think it's been just a little over 2 years. We had season 1 of this wonderful show, which ended shockingly. We had Lily, we had Hunter, we had everybody on last time, and now there's been cast changes. You've got new people. How does it feel to finally have season 2 out and available for people to watch finally?
Absolutely incredible, actually, because we were walking into this assuming that there was only one season. So to see that there is some fanfare to see these characters back and seeing what else can develop from how season 1 ended is really exciting.
Yes, and your character Big Mo, of course, is very intricate to the story, the power struggle between the Baxters and your family, and there's just a lot going on. And having seen the first couple episodes, we don't want to spoil anything because the next episode drops next week. But see, this first one really starts out of the gate. A lot has happened, and that's true. There was no word that you guys were going to get to do a second season. Like that was not even on the table when the first season ended, if I understand.
Right. I want to say like halfway through the first season, you hear people say, "Oh my gosh, it's so good." How many seasons of this you're gonna hear? And then they said that they loved it. So I knew that things could develop with the characters supporting Brian's character, but his ended so tragically that to even see how incredible he came out the gate in the first episode, having said maybe just a few words. Ooh, I really feel sorry for him.
Yeah, it's tough, and it did end so tragically. And I think fans were shockingly and surprised that his son's character, played by Hunter Duhan, who we just had on again recently for his other Netflix show Wednesday, and we
Yeah.
reminisced a little bit about his character dying and how tragic that was. It's public knowledge now. It's out, available for people to watch, so we're not spoiling anything. But to watch that happen and then somehow have to come back from that and continue his life, because he was already in quite a bit of trouble. So the first episode has
Yeah, you
premiered.
can love him. I was so incredibly pissed off watching it because I didn't know I didn't know anything prior to me joining the show. So to actually witness it as a fan and an audience member, I was pissed.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were upset. So let's talk about your character. You're back, and we get to explore Mo a little bit more and understand who they are and the relationship she has with the community there. And really, like, this whole world, is so interesting because I've always said life imitating art imitating life. Like, this is something that could potentially exist. So when you find out you're coming back for another season, your character's coming back, what are your initial thoughts about that and your hopes for storylines, without spoiling too much or spoiling anything really?
Um, Excited because Mo is such a colorful character, and she's so rested in what she does so well that it didn't feel like I could mess that up. And just as an actor, I was like, okay, I just have to be able to enjoy her move. I have to be so honest and so confident in my choices that whatever they give me on paper will work. But as the character and what she does, I mean, what do drug dealers want to do? Everybody just wants a little more. So I can't see it not going anywhere but up. It's how much more can she get? Everybody wants more. And that's what Mo wants. Mo just wants a little more, and she wants to ensure that those that are around her have that same level of loyalty to ensure that she gets that thing.
Yes, I there was a scene, and I think I messaged you after I watched it a couple years ago, the bag of money that gets left out, and this
Yeah.
whole idea of waiting to see what the I don't know if it was Little Mo or one other character, the temptation of taking the money and her testing people's loyalty and things like that. And
Hmm.
I think really, there's the idea of good versus evil, protagonist, antagonist, but also I think there's a lot more depth to the characters, even, the Baxter family and all of that, but your character specifically, watching that unfurled a little bit and the idea of wanting more, but the reasons being why is not just for money per se, but maybe for status or for futures for family. You know what I mean? And I think we get to see that, I think, and hopefully a little bit more as we get to know you and the other characters more as the season unfolds here in the coming weeks.
Yeah, because I mean, episode one aired, so it's like getting all of the things that disrupt her lifestyle out of the way. So what are you wanting more? You do want more money. I do want more money. Mo wants more money. Mo wants the people around her to be happy. And she herself wants to be happy. So we want to make sure that we're growing the people around us, we're growing our relationships and finding just some settled happiness in in love and money and all of that. And she's able to expound upon that in this season. So.
Yeah, and that's all we can talk about, people. I'm very sorry. I know we want more spoilers, but we can't. In any case, thank you again. I mean, really, it's just been fun, and you've done other things in between that. So, how are things on that level? You've been quite busy working on other projects as well. I know last time we spoke, you were doing other things too. How has life been for you just generally? I know a lot of time has passed. It's been over 2 years. I was just looking at a calendar since we spoke the last time.
And it's post Panini, post that
The
Pandora.
panini, yes, I was trying to figure out who came up with that, and it was you that said the panini. Yeah,
I
post.
was
We're
stressing
we're
this
back to
out.
normal pretty much, and
Normal.
whatever that is. But
I
your
know.
industry has leveled out too, it seems, on most
Yeah,
levels.
it feels a lot. There's still some restrictions, but it feels really good to actually be able to see people in person and to have the gatherings again and see that. I was doing 61st Street and the first season of that aired. It was really nice being in Chicago. Definitely not great being there between March and April. Uh
No.
I'd never been. So to actually have to live there, that was it's a beautiful city. Like I actually didn't want to leave. I loved being there. But that was lovely. The cast was great. Worked with Courtney B. Vance, Miss Ingenue Ellis, Tosin Cole, Bentley Green, Emily Althouse, Gerard Haynes. Like it was nice. It was nice. And I thought the show did really well. And so I'm hoping it finds a home for season two. But
Yeah, well, your honor, congratulations again on a
yeah,
second season. Having the band back together, your time in New Orleans, I imagine, was just as amazing as it always could possibly be.
I did. I gained a little weight, Brett. That's how you know it was a good
Everybody
time.
said that we spoke to
Right.
is that they all gained a little bit of weight from eating all the
That
time.
food, it will never miss me. The seasoning is good. The carbs are great, and the seafood is fantastic. So I just got to work out before I go. I mean, it's
So you're done filming at this point now for season 2.
yeah, literally maybe a week and a half ago.
Okay, so just really down to the wire.
So it's funny to see it on air because you're just like, like you, I'm just now kind of coming out of the character and coming back home, and it feels weird to be back home. Like, oh no, the show is on. It's everything is happening so fast. I'm not even settled being back home yet. So it's exciting to see it up and seeing the feedback on it. And again, I have my friends trying to help me with social media and
Yeah, well,
reading.
best of luck with all of that. I'm sure you probably have lots of people messaging you and hitting you up. One last question.
Yes,
Having done this and people knowing you and your character, do family try and pull spoilers out of you and get you to give them tidbits of information about the show and where it may or may not be going?
less with because it's so early. It's less with family and more with friends.
Okay.
Yeah, they're so heavily. I feel like my family has a little more. They can pull back because they're excited to see when it gets closer to the. It always happens that way with everything. We get to the middle, it's like, no, why would that? They're curious about different characters, but to actually ask about, okay, what happens next? Family, it'll probably be like the midpoint, but friends are like right now.
I love it. Well,
It's
congratulations again. It
how
it was this is just such a great show, and I'm so happy that you all did get a second season without
yeah,
knowing anything for a very long time, and then all of a sudden we're seeing pictures and promos of Brian with this crazy
yeah. The man is
beard.
bad. Like he's dope. Just
Yeah.
this guy that you could ever meet. He really is one of the sweetest and most sincere guys you could ever meet, and insanely talented. And again, to see the first episode and you see he said but so many words, and it still resonated. Like it. Let me tell you something. If Brian said, "Come on with me to the next thing," bag is packed. There is literally a bag right there waiting.
Yeah, and I imagine him being number one on the call sheet too really just sets the tone for the
Completely.
set and everybody. I mean, I've just heard nothing but good things about him and all of that. Well, again, awesome, so exciting. I hope you enjoy the ride with this, and I'm sure you have lots of other amazing things coming down the pike. Be sure to watch Your Honor. It's again the first episode aired yesterday on Mondays on Showtime, and then streaming the next day. Today is Tuesday. Today Tuesday or
No,
Sunday nights and then
it's
Monday.
Sunday
Yeah,
night.
see.
I know it's a break. It's a 3-day weekend, so don't you worry yourself not. The premiere was Friday and it airs Sundays. Yeah.
Yes, awesome. Well, thank you, Andrene, as always, for your time. It's a pleasure to see you for and to chat
Thank
with
you
you.
for it.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.